did that, anything jump out at you? Things to work on?
It's painful because you always look at the bad stuff again. No, it's good. It's, you know, obviously you're looking at tendencies that you might have, and but you know, as much as anything, going and looking at, you know, the areas that you need to continue to work, and things that are on tape that, you know, opponents are going to see, and so whether it's structurally or it's a particular play or it's a scheme, whatever. So that's been part of the.
Do you feel better about your secondary now than you did 2 or 3 weeks ago?
I think that we're improving, you know, incrementally. You know, we're still not a finished product as a defense, but you know, that's just, again, there's been growth, there's been improvement, and but that won't. You know, you'll need to continue to make those, you know, incremental improvements, you know, as we continue to go and develop in depth and things of that nature too. So, you know, I like our guys, you know, and like where we're at mentally, where we're at physically, and you know, they have a tremendous attitude, a willingness to go to work, own, you know, where the weaknesses are, mistakes that are made, and that gives you an opportunity to grow and improve.
Has it been you held the freshman Hartman to just 74 yards passing, but Finley and NC State figured to be a much different challenge for your secondary.
It's different, you know. It's a different. It's more of a pro style system, and they definitely have RPOs, like, you know, Wake Forest does, like everybody does. But just it's a different system and different quarterback. You know, Sam's a terrific player and he's got a great future ahead of him, but he doesn't know what he doesn't know yet. And you know, where this week is a much, you know, different challenge. I would guess he's 23, 24 years old and has played a lot of football, and very experienced, very talented player.
Is it beneficial for the body to be placed kind of midway through the year as opposed to really late or really early? Is that not really?
I don't know. I spend no time thinking about when it is. It's always a good time. You won't hear a coach say, "Oh, this is a terrible time for a bye week." It's always a good time. And again, just gives you an opportunity again to go and look at yourself and try to make some improvement. You know, just get better, get guys rested, and you know, and get ready for this stretch run. So.
NC State's #1 in the nation now on third down. What makes that offense so tough to get off the field? Is Finley's experience?
It's, you know, precision. It's execution. It's precision. It's a quarterback that shows, you know, great experience in his decision making. So the system is one thing, but the guy that's, you know, pulling the trigger and making all those decisions and throwing with accuracy and throwing on time, you know, is a big part of it. You've got an experienced group of receivers, an experienced group of linemen up front, and again, a quarterback that sees the field and really understands ball. Yeah, it's, you know, they can get behind you and they can outfight you and they can create separation. Do a great job, you know, with, you know, again, the deep ball over the top and the back shoulder throws and, you know, the quick game underneath, finding space. They do a great job. They're very physical. It's all those things I just said, you know. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, he's instinctive, got great hands, understands, you know, leverage, and, you know, understands how to run routes. And, you know, they've got great cohesion on offense. I would say it's like having Deshaun and Mike Williams and the rest of the guys from, you know, just a cohesion standpoint and an understanding of where we need to be and where each other's going to be, and versus this look we want to do this and versus that look we want to do that. So, you know, that's what you see.
Brent, does Finley and an older pro-style guy remind you particularly of anybody that you've faced here or at Oklahoma?
I don't know. He's just really good at what he does. He's, again, accurate, poised. He's tough. He's got good quickness. He certainly takes what's there, but, you know, he's a very aggressive, very confident. He'll throw the seam when there's not really a hole there, and does a great job, you know, immediately understanding your positioning on a particular route and throwing the ball where it needs to be based on where you're at. So, just a very, he's very good, and you know, with what he does. But I'm sure there's players that have been, you know, similar to him, but I haven't really thought about that.
Coach, you and David were a couple Kansas guys that coach against each other in the Big 12. How would you describe his coaching style?
Dave's a terrific coach. We used to clinic each other. We used to get together and talk football and linebacker play and defense, and we did that for a number of years till we had to start facing each other. We had a mutual friend that gave him a strong recommendation for a job for Mark Mangino at Kansas, and that's kind of when we started having to face each other, and we quit letting him come see us. But Dave's done a terrific job everywhere he's been. He's very detailed, very passionate, very tough, disciplined, and his team, you know, reflects that.
Picture-wise, you come off the bye now, what do you think is the most unique part of this defense compared to some of the other regions you've been in years past?
Unique. I think there's a bunch of guys that really truly enjoy each other and practicing and just being a part of this football family. I mean, just outwardly show it, and that's probably the most unique, because I don't think they stand alone, and guys that like to work. We've had some other units that really like to work and the grind and take pride and respond, and you know, this is, you know, one of the, you know, funner units because of all those things. They do like to work. They do let you coach them hard. They do have a high standard for themselves, and but they like to have a lot of fun and know when to get serious and focused, and you know, when it's okay to, you know, have fun within the moment. So I guess if there's a uniqueness, that's part of it.
Obviously, it makes your job easier in some regards, but you find yourself having to, I don't want to say yell, but they take ownership of this. You don't have to go into a room and tell them to do this
No,
or that. They're very,
no, don't have to. They're really, they trust us. If we tell them they better put the big boy britches on, they know we're serious. We don't, you know, if we tell them we should overwhelm a team in this particular spot, they know that they can take it to the bank. So it's a group that you don't have to trick. You don't have to con them into anything. You tell them how it is, and they get it. It's a very mature group of guys that has, again, played a lot of ball, and they want to win every bit as much as you do, and take a lot of pride in, you know, how they do it as much as anything.
Brent, 6 games into the season, you guys have had the luxury of being able to leave the benches on a few occasions. You've gotten to see a lot of these players off the field and evaluate them for depth purposes, but also going forward. Is there anybody outside of someone like Xavier Thomas that's really flashed in your eyes?
Well, we just got Jordan Williams back. I'll start up front, and so we just got him back, but we were really excited about, you know, what he had done up to you know, that point, him getting hurt. I guess that was the Furman game, and so unfortunately that kind of stunted his growth a little bit, but he's come back and has looked good. You know, Niles has really flashed, and again, thinking moving forward where we got to really replace a lot of guys. Excited about, you know, the progress, you know, that he's made and needs to continue to make. You know, I think Trey Lamar's really come on, you know, through the course of this season, and really made some, you know, evident marked improvement within the season. And you know, really excited about him. I think Isaiah, he had his best game. You know, he didn't show up. I don't know what the stats show. Even Wake Forest probably didn't show up as much, but had one of his better coverage days with, you know, what was at stake, and covering Dortch, and really saw him make some mistakes in the Georgia Tech game, and just have a great sense of humility to him. Just a lot of little things pre-snap and post-snap, and you know, he's a fun guy to coach. He's, you know, still very young and raw at his position, but you know, he's really bought into the coaching aspect and the, you know, preparing, just the preparation and the detail, the precision that position takes, and so you know, we'll continue to see him kind of take 10 steps forward and 2 steps back, and 5 steps forward and 1 step back, and that'll be part of that growth process for him there. He's at a high stress position, but I've seen him, improve and developing, again, depth in our secondary. The consistency that AJ is playing with, and Trayvon's a better version of himself than what he was a year ago at this time by long ways. Mark as well. Mark really played pretty good, and got to continue to get those young corners more reps. Trying to think at linebacker, Shaq Smith has continued to show up, and is again a young guy. Just thinking about guys that haven't played quite as much. Jalen Williams, his time that he's gotten in there all season, has really done well for us. But am I missing any other young guys? Nolan Turner, really super pleased with him. Some people think, oh, Syracuse got behind him. It's just a young guy playing young. So the first play he's in against Syracuse, they ran a little 8-yard curl route, and they caught it, and he tackled him in space. And so they come right back, and then they ran a fade concept where he's thinking of sitting and squeezing the curl, and the guy just gets behind him, and that's part of that growth. It's like you can't change what you don't guess. You gotta play what's in front of you. So, but we've been really pleased with Nolan, and his improvement's been really good. Really trust him. And as far as the young guys, and Kayvon Wallace.